Barbie Cadavieco, and we're here. She's going to show us how to sprout and how to make our own food, right?
You got it.
Okay, so I know you have done this before and you teach in the area, and it's amazing when you're able to grow your own food. And it's not only cheaper, but you know it's
healthier
and organic, because you're doing it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this is the best survival food.
For sure it is.
Because you don't need refrigeration, all you need is the seeds.
Well, just the seeds, any type of seeds.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you go ahead and go. I'm going to go around and get a hold of the camera so we can get a close-up on what you're doing. So
perfect.
Take over.
I'm even going to go ahead and show you exactly what to do.
Okay, good deal. Good
awesome.
Deal.
Thank you.
Tell us about it.
Awesome.
I'll be behind the camera.
All right. Okay, we're going to talk about sprouting. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to teach you how to do the actual sprouting. One of the things is you don't need to buy expensive trays for sprouting. You could use any type of canister trays, doesn't matter. As long as one of them contains little holes so the water could drain out. As a matter of fact, I have some lentils. I bought this. They are organic. Or 3 types of lentils, and that's what I'm going to teach you today. I added some water for the lentils, and you have to wash them twice or 3 times a day for about lentils. Within 2 hours you could do that. This is the last soaking, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. The first thing you need to do is drain the actual water. You put an actual mesh that has holes, so the actual lentils do not fall out. Once you drain the water, you get organic soil, and you're going to add some soil to your tray. Once you add the soil, you're going to go ahead, pat it down, just like that. Remove the top, and you just spread your lentils. You can do that with any type of seeds. Lentils is one of the items that by the 3rd day, you can go ahead and start eating your lentils. You spread the seeds so it has enough room to grow healthy. Once you do that, and you feel that they're all spread out, you're going to get soil. Could be the same soil, a light layer, just enough to cover them. And you get a little bit of spray bottle, spray some water on top. And you could close it. And you need to have air filtration. You have these little holes in here that the air will come in. You could put it on the windowsill, and within a couple days you will see the sprouts. This is lentil. I'm going to show you one that I started.
Does it need to have direct sun on a windowsill with direct sun, or just light?
Just light. Does not have to have direct sun. I have here 2 types that I did. I soaked sunflower seeds for 24 hours, and then once I did, I went ahead and I put them the same way, the soil, put my seeds, and then I covered a little bit of soil. If you notice, they're sprouting already. And on this side, yesterday I did chia seeds. I did not even soak the chia seeds in water. I went ahead and I just added in the tray, and if you notice, these are the chia seeds that yesterday I put them in here. Again, I mist them with water twice a day, and now they're growing. By tomorrow, I'll have enough seeds that I can start eating chia seeds. My sunflower will be ready probably by Monday. Sunflower does take a little bit longer. Normally what I do is I mist them with water. This is the tray that has holes, just like the other one on top, and I cover them, and this tray I leave it outside. It does take a little bit of sun, and then at night I take it in. Do not leave it in actual air condition. If you do, it will get, the moisture of the air condition will get mold. So if you can leave it outside on an area, that is perfectly fine.
Is that for some of the seeds that are done that way?
I've noticed that all the seeds that I grow inside, if you are used to having air condition, like I don't put the air condition during the day. So it's a warm weather, you can keep it inside. But if you do not take your air condition off, then what you need to do is you must take it outside, because the moist and the humidity of Florida, it will get moldy. And that's one of the issues that people are having.
No.
That because they do not take off their air condition, they do their sprouts, but air vents will cause it to mold due to the water.
Now, this is going to be viewed in different states. So in states that they have winter.
Like right now, the best thing that they could do is that if they have an actual cabinet that they can leave open but put their seeds inside will be perfect.
Okay.
Due to the fact that the winter, the cold weather, it's not advisable to do the sprouting. If it's very, very cold. If it goes under 10 degrees, you should not sprout. Unless you have an area or a basement that keeps more, then you could go ahead and do the sprouts. Because you could do it in trays, you could actually leave it in the actual jar. There's people that do sprouts in jars. What you do is, you put your seeds with the water and you drain it, and you put it at 180 degrees this way with a mesh, and just leave it beside your sink. They will start growing. Lentils is one of the seeds that once it starts sprouting just a little bit, you can actually eat the lentil and the sprout at the same time. So that is one of the issues. There's many type of seeds that you can go ahead and sprout. Example, did you know you could sprout cashews, pecans, almonds, quinoa, all type of lentils, pea greens, definitely sunflowers is one of the best, alfalfa seeds. You could create your own wheatgrass. What's best to do your own wheatgrass sprouting? Cut it from there and juice it. It's the best food. You know there's nothing synthetic in there. And there's plenty of books of how to sprout.
Can you? What about watercress?
Watercress is awesome. It's amazing. And within the 4th day, you could start eating your watercress in sprouting.
What about now I forgot the green drink, the wheatgrass.
The wheatgrass, yes. The wheatgrass is one of the things that I constantly grow at home. Right now I'm growing some due to the fact that how nice it is, instead of buying a shot for $3, $4, or $5 at the store, when you could get for $5, you could get a whole pound of wheatgrass, grow your own, and from the kitchen, cut what you need, juice it, and it's very fresh. Also, another thing I wanted to bring up, these are leeks, organic. I went ahead and I cut them because I eat a lot of leeks at home, and you put it a little bit in water, distill water, and now they're growing again. Look how beautiful they look. If you like malanga, you could go ahead and do the same thing. You cut a piece. If you have eyes that are coming out, don't throw your malanga away. Right now, those are the little eyes that you need. I go ahead and I will put it in soil halfway, and within 6 months, you could start eating your own malanga. Oh, never throw the eyes away. This is another one. I'm gonna sprout these tonight. This is a sweet potato that you could do the same. I leave it out, I soak it halfway in water. Now that I started having the shoots of the actual sweet potato, I'm gonna go ahead, put it in soil, again, halfway, let it grow. All of this is gonna create more sweet potato. Within 8 months, I could start eating more sweet potato.
And what a lot of folks didn't know, I didn't know until somebody mentioned, is that the leaf of the sweet potato is like lettuce.
It is like a lettuce, correct.
So there's nothing to throw out.
No,
And I know
nothing.
from experience, once you begin to grow, the sweet potato is everywhere.
Yes.
And
The same thing with the onions. This is an actual turmeric. That people usually, when they buy turmeric and they see this, they'll cut it off. Bad mistake. This is a turmeric that is ready to go on soil. Same thing with ginger. I grow my own ginger, and this is an actual turmeric already growing right here. And it's a beautiful organic. You don't need any different type of soil. As long as it's organic, you could have your own food growing in your backyard. Does not have to be in the ground. If you live in a townhouse like I do, put everything in pots. They will grow the same way.
so you don't have to have land. You can actually grow this
No, you don't.
inside.
You could grow this inside,
And
even
once
if you have a little balcony. Just start getting smaller pots and go ahead and start growing your own food. Same thing with ginger. I have ginger at home. I have onions. The onions, when you see the actual hairs, that actually is the roots. Put them in soil. Don't water it every day, but just leave it semi-dry, and you will have, again, onions. You will have garlic. And that is something that will repeat itself, and it's great food, and you know that it's coming from your hands to the table.
And both the garlic and the onion leaf are
You can-
usable
They are
in
useful.
salads, in juicing,
Even in juicing.
anywhere you want to add
Yes.
the flavor
The
and
same thing with the
properties.
turmeric. You could use the turmeric leaves as well. Oregano, you could do the same thing with oregano.
I see that you have here some kind of tier. See behind the plant, those tier things, the one on
This
top
is-
of the other.
This is actually an actual tray, which is for sprouting. Again, this costs like $40. You don't need to have these trays to actually sprout. I prefer to have these trays, which is like 10 by 10. You can split whatever seeds you would like. Like in this side I have sunflower, and on this row right here I have the chia seeds. You don't have to, if you love chia seeds, by all means do chia seeds. If you want to split in 3, you can. Again, or when you go to the store and you buy fast food, sometimes they give you these trays to take home. Don't throw them away. If you have 2 of them, just make sure on one you open the holes. That way, so you can drain the actual water. Because if you soak, if you soak the seeds with too much water, they will die. Because you're killing the actual seeds. That's why you have holes. You put one on top of the other and let it drain. The same thing as here. I have this one that I cover up, and you have another tray on the bottom, because the one that has the seeds has holes, and the one on the bottom does not, so it can drain the actual water. And this is within 3 more days, I'll have food.
And the important thing is to get organic seeds,
Organic seeds
because you can end up with GMO seeds
and organic.
without knowing it. If you don't say,
Correct.
okay. So
I would buy from a responsible, there is plenty out there on the internet that specify non-GMO seeds, and I will buy them from there. Or if you have an actual company that you are used to going to, that you could buy big packs like I did here, Healthy choice, it's all natural, it's non-GMO, it's USDA organic, and here you have food for almost 2 years. Because lentil are so many seeds, if you notice, it was less than a half of a teaspoon in here to grow your own food. So with a pack that might cost $4, this will feed you and your family for close to a year.
And-
no issues.
And in times of emergency, when you cannot go to the store
Oh, yes.
because of hurricanes or storms or...
When we had the hurricane here,
Oh.
I've been doing sprouting for over 15 years. I had plenty of lentils and sunflowers, and that was my food because we were out of power for 3 months. I had plenty of water, and I said, well, we're coming down to the end of my cans. I better start doing my sprouts, and I did, and we survived with no issues.
So
We had
we-
a family of 4.
So between this and a dehydrator,
Oh, a dehydrator
to
is a must.
dehydrate your food, you have...
If you do not have a dehydrator and you're out of power, if you have a tray, use your car as a natural dehydrator because it's so hot inside. Early in the morning, spread out your leaves or spread out whatever you would like to dehydrate, vegetables or fruits. Go ahead, put them inside your car. Close the door, let the heat actually cook and become a dehydrator on the road, on wheels,
So here in South Florida, every car is a dehydrator
for sure,
with no problem.
with no problem.
And in dehydrating, the food lasts with all the nutritions and all the properties for, what, a year?
Oh, no, shelf life 25 plus years. It depends what, I dehydrate strawberries. And what you can do is, you dehydrate them. I have strawberries for 5-6 years that you just put it in water. Let it re-soak itself with water. You have all the nutrition, drink the water, and then you could eat the
And
strawberries.
it's as fresh as the day
It's
that
as
you bought it.
fresh as day one.
So it is an excellent way to put, instead of canned food that has aluminum
Yes.
and lead in the lining and preservative and an ingredient list, this is a healthy food for emergencies.
Yes, it is.
And it costs pennies.
Pennies on the dollar.
So
Correct.
it's a good idea to learn how to do your own.
Oh, yeah.
I see that you have a few books here that probably has good information for those who are just getting into sprouting.
Yes.
Which one is the one that you would recommend?
I would recommend, the first book that I would recommend, this one is a couple dollars through an ebook on Amazon. You could get this real cheap, probably like $4. This one I will follow by this one right here,
So that's How to Sprout Raw Food, followed by Sprout Garden.
garden, and anything that this lady has filmed. She passed away, Ann Wigmore.
Sprouting book.
That is the key. These 3 books are a must. And then, of course, there are many others.
Okay. So that's,
This is the short version of how to sprout.
and after that, you put this in a neutral machine to extract the properties. You can do that.
Yes, you can.
You can also dehydrate what you're making.
Yes, you can. You can dehydrate all your seeds. The only ones that you should not dehydrate would be alfalfa and the one that I'm doing, that quinoa, because they're so thin that they'll become just nothing. You have to sprout things that are thicker, like sunflower sprouts or broccoli sprouts is excellent. Broccoli sprouts is excellent to have. But anything that your sprouts will be very thin, you have to be careful because in a dehydrator, remember, it shrinks. And once it shrinks, it could become like powder. So those you should not dehydrate.
Okay. That says it in a sprouting tray. I mean, it's easy food,
Easy food.
easy
and
to
anybody
afford,
can do it. The kids will enjoy it.
and it's fresh
I
food.
taught in elementary, and they enjoy this to the max.
All right. And I know that you teach here in South Florida. And
Yes, I do.
so for those who want to learn more about this and other items that you teach, which is mostly how to survive, how to make your own food, how to make your own product for different ailments,
Yes,
they can check the website.
correct.
And that is right now on your screen.
Right.
And definitely the classes will be scheduled there for the Miami and Dade County and Broward area. So, anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you so much for
no,
having me.
we're glad to have you here, and thankful that you were able to share this with us. And I've been doing some sprouting, and it's really neat because you're making your own food,
Correct.
which is amazing. And it tastes much better than the one that I used to get.
And cheaper.
And because it's fresh, you're doing it then, and you're eating
Yes.
it then. So,
Why go to the store, a health store, and buy a small tray for $10 when you could buy your seeds, 1 pound for $5? You grow it yourself and you have a whole year worth of food.
well, that makes sense. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
and we'll see everybody on the next video.
You
right?
got it.
All right.
Bye.
Keep sprouting.
For sure.